Hello, my name is Dee Downey Pruett. I'm a math teacher. This is a book that I have enjoyed sharing with my students, Times Tables the Fun Way. It has pictures that help you remember the answers to the multiplication facts. I hope you enjoy. Times Tables the Fun Way. A picture method of learning the multiplication facts. Introduction to the times tables. Why you need them. Did you know that every time you go to the store you use times tables? If a piece of candy costs 5 cents and you have 7 friends, you could add to figure out how much money you'll need. You could add 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. Or you could just figure it out in your head by using times tables. You would just ask yourself, what is 5 cents times 7 friends? 5 times 7 is 35. So you'll need 35 cents. It might sound like a lot of memorizing to learn all the times tables, but it's pretty easy if you just learn them one at a time. There are also some tricks in this book to help you along. What are they? Times tables are really just a shortcut method of adding. They are often called multiplication facts. Times tables have two numbers that go together, such as 5 times 7, and an answer, such as 35, or another example is 3 times 7 equals 21. 3 times 7 really means add 3 apples 7 times. 21 apples. 3 times 7 is 21. Or add 7 apples 3 times. 7 plus 7 plus 7, 21. Still, 21 apples. Times tables are just an easy way to say, add this number to itself a bunch of times. Let's try some more. Add 2 baseballs 4 times, 8 baseballs. Or add 4 baseballs 2 times, still 8 baseballs. So now do you understand what times tables are? Or maybe you already knew about times tables. The thing to remember is to be sure to have a good time while you are learning your times tables. That way you will be learning your times tables the fun way. That is always the best way to learn. Math can be lots of fun. Oh, I get it. Times tables are just a speedy way of adding. Presenting things you should know about times tables. Things you should know about times tables. All about 0. 0 times any number is 0. That's because 0 is the king. The king likes everyone to be like him. So when any number is with 0, the king takes over and the answer is always 0. What is 0 times 5? Right, it's 0. What is 0 times 3? 0. 0 times 936? 0. They all have the same answer because the king took over. It's 0. 0, the king. You can mix them up. When two numbers are multiplied, it doesn't matter which number comes first. You will always get the same answer. 2 strawberries times 4 is 8, and 4 strawberries times 2 is 8. 2 times 4 equals 8 strawberries. 4 times 2 is equal to 8 strawberries. That is called the commutative property of multiplication. The order in which you multiply two numbers does not matter. You get the same answer. 2 times 4 is 8. 4 times 2 is 8. Commutative property of multiplication. Joe's trip to the store. Joe took 50 cents out of his piggy bank. He put some of the money in one pocket and some in the other. When he got to Bob's store, he pulled the money out of his pockets and counted it. He still had 50 cents. Bob's store didn't have the kind of candy he liked, so Joe stuffed the money back into his pockets and went to Sally's store. At Sally's store, he pulled his money out and counted it again. He still had 50 cents. He could mix it up any way and still have 50 cents. This shows the commutative property of addition. Bob's store, 50 cents. Sally's store, 50 cents. The commutative property of addition says the order in which you add two numbers does not matter. You get the same answer. The commutative property also works for multiplication. It means that when you multiply two or more numbers, the order in which they are written doesn't matter. You still get the same answer. Guess what? This is good news. It means that you only have to memorize half of the times tables. Once you know that 4 times 2 is 8, you also know that 2 times 4 is 8. That's the commutative property of multiplication. The order in which you multiply two numbers does not matter. You get the same answer. Chapter 1, presenting the ones. The ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. The number 1 is very important. When you start counting, you always begin with 1. If it wasn't for 1, there probably wouldn't be any numbers at all. Did you ever hear these sayings? One day at a time, we're number 1, once in a lifetime, one step at a time, once and for all. We use the number 1 every day. 1 times any number is the same as saying add that number once. 1 is like a mirror. When 6 is with 1, he looks back and sees himself, so the answer is 6. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 1 is 6. Ones are easy. Any number times 1 is the same number. Even big numbers. 2,465 times 1 is 2,465. 200,239 times 1 is 200,239. Chapter 2, presenting the twos. The twos. Remember what times means. 2 times a number means add that number twice. If you know how to add, the twos will be very easy. 2 times 5 is the same as 5 plus 5. 5 plus 5 is 10, so 2 times 5 is 10. You can also count by twos on your fingers. Try 2 times 4. Count all the way to your 4th finger. Oh, I get it. The answer is 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. The 4th finger, 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times a number means add that number twice. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 2 is the same thing as 3 plus 3, which is 6. 4 times 2 is the same thing as 4 plus 4, which is 8. 5 times 2 is the same thing as 5 plus 5, which is 10. 6 times 2, 6 plus 6 is 12. 7 times 2, 7 plus 7 is 14. 8 times 2 is 16. 8 plus 8 is 16. 9 times 2 is 18. 9 plus 9 is 18. Twos are easy too. Try these for extra practice. What is 2 times 1? 2 times 5. 2 times 9. 2 times 3. 2 times 8. Do you know all the answers? You're getting smarter every minute. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 5, 10. 2 times 9 is 18. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 8 is 16.